I don't believe I'm gonna die slipping on no ice. I don't believe I'm gonna die because I got a bad heart. I believe I'm gonna die doing what I was born for. I believe I'm gonna die half the people. I'm gonna die for the people because I live for the people. I live for the people because I love the people.
Hi everyone, I'm Dom Griffin. I'm a film critic and you're watching the Armchair Auteur. This is an ongoing video series I do. We look at new movies, old movies, screenplay analysis, that sort of thing. So if you like movies and film culture and you like to see somebody pick those types of things apart, please consider subscribing. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Shaka King's Judas and the Black Messiah, the new film about Fred Hampton starring Daniel Kaluuya, LaKeith Stanfield, Dominique Fishback, and Jesse Plemons. In my video about the best movies of 2020, I talked about how this movie was tied for second place with Dan Sallett's 14, right behind Steve McQueen's Small Axe series, which is all tied in a five-way Pentagon tie for number one. And I stand by that. I think Judas and the Black Messiah is a complete banger. The film is set in the late 60s and is ostensibly about the life and death of radical activist Fred Hampton, the then chairman of the Black Panther Party in Chicago. But rather than function like a typical cradle-to-the-grave biopic about Hampton, Shaka King penned the script with writer Berson, merging Berson's more biographical approach to Hampton's life with the Lucas brothers' idea to focus on his last days from the perspective of William O'Neill, the petty criminal turned FBI informant who infiltrated the party and ultimately sold Hampton out to be assassinated by the feds. There's been some criticism of the film that it spends too much time with O'Neill over Hampton, which some read as caring more about someone on the side of the enemy than this fallen hero, but their presence on screen is more 50-50, even if Kaluuya is being campaigned for as a supporting actor this year. There was also some genuine concern from No Name, who turned down the opportunity to be on the film's soundtrack, that Judas as a movie didn't fully honor Hampton's memory or his politics. And it's true that the film is more sensational and stylized than what some people would want from the first major feature film about such an important figure. But I can't help but feel like this specific approach, the creative decision to frame the story as both a crime thriller and a biblical parable, is exactly what we need right now. In interviews, the Lucas brothers name-check The Great Gatsby as the structural reason viewing a towering figure like Hampton through the eyes of someone on the sidelines felt like the right way to go. So much of Hampton's story is about how effective he was as an orator, and how he inspired those around him with relative ease. So yes, seeing him through the eyes of a largely apolitical individual who slowly finds himself being radicalized, even as he continues to aid the FBI in wreaking havoc on the Black Panther Party, helps to show just how powerful and transformative a charismatic black revolutionary could truly be, if he, wasn't murdered at the age of 21 by the state for having the nerve to foment class consciousness among his followers. But the detractors of the film who focus on how much we see Hampton through O'Neill's perspective do a grave disservice to Dominique Fishback's work as Deborah Johnson, the future mother of Hampton's son, who is shown to be an integral figure in helping the man shape and develop the way he communicates his ideas to mass audiences. The tenderness and compassion in their romance brings a great deal of life to a film that otherwise could have easily wound up being the political version of Donnie Brasco. The film may not be an exhaustive deep dive into the intricacies of Hampton's politics, but it gets across plenty without bogging the narrative down or getting in the way of being a captivating watch. This isn't a documentary or a book. It's first and foremost a movie, and it's designed to be a thrilling and engaging snapshot, ideally something that will lead viewers to go do further research on their own once the credits have hit. Will you leave the theater, or more likely your HBO Max equipped living room, becoming a full-time scholar on the politics and life of Fred Hampton? Almost certainly not. But the film situates this tragic story in such a way that the parallels to our current moment are made plain. Leftist politics, real leftist politics, are catching fire with the youth again, and regardless of which party is in power at the moment, there is still powerful forces that do not want a movement like this to thrive, which is why BLM gets smeared as terrorists and why Antifa, somehow perverted by the media class, is a fascistic threat. More than just a Hampton biopic, this is a movie that vitally reminds you our US government, within many adults' current lifetime, assassinated a 21-year-old man for trying to materially improve oppressed folks' lives. Yeah, perhaps Martin Sheen's cartoonish villainous performance as J. Edgar Hoover is a bit much, but it's barely an exaggeration, and truly, it's Plemons' role as O'Neill's handler that should truly give us pause. The just following orders civil servant smart enough to know he's ruining the lives of innocent people, but gladly going along with it because, well, that's just his job. I think for some, the title might be a bit of a reach, a maudlin and self-serious attempt to tether this narrative back to the Bible, but you don't have to stretch very hard to see the 30 pieces of silver in O'Neill's betrayal of Hampton, and how heartbreaking it is to see the systems at work making each of these individuals into pawns, with varying shades of willingness, to preventing even the possibility of progress. Judas and the Black Messiah can't be everything for everyone, but for me at least, it's exactly what I feel like a movie like this needs to be at this moment. I personally think this movie is fantastic, and I think it should win a bunch of awards, and I think people should see it, and it should be like a big thing. But I am aware that there are going to be a lot of people who question how like stylized the film is and think that this should have been a different type of movie, and like, you know, more power to them, but I just sort of think they're wrong. I am, however, very much looking forward to seeing more discourse around the film and people picking it apart and kind of deciding where it lies with them politically and stuff. Like, I'm looking forward to reading things like that, but I do hope people don't lose sight of the fact that like this isn't some long mini-series or docudrama that can like fit in every single detail or give little dissertations about theory to people. Like, it's a movie, and it has fantastic performances, really good cinematography, really strong editing, a great score. Like, it's a powerful thing, and I think that people need to remember that sometimes a movie like this is going to do a lot of good in getting people to go seek out more studying on their own than it would be as being just the thing that people go see and they learn from. I think there's value in both, and I hope people kind of get that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this video. I hope you see the movie. It's fantastic, and if you have HBO Max, it's totally worth seeing. I don't know that I'm going to be the guy that recommends going to see it in a theater. I don't think it's really necessary, all things considered. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments about the film or about the politics of the film or any of that stuff, please feel free to talk to me about it in the comments below. I like talking to you guys quite a bit. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the little bell icon so you get notifications when I put out new videos. I'll have more new videos throughout the week. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you're good to each other and yourselves and wearing your masks. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.